Okay, so number one was exercise. I'm going to try and show you now some exercises that I'm going to try and focus on the shoulders a little bit, because a lot of us are having to work from home, a lot of us are sitting down a lot more. So you're working from home on your laptop, your computer, and you're hunched over, you know. So shoulders, I think, is something that is worth looking at. And these are some exercises, simple things that we can do to help you exercise your shoulders. So the first thing you want to do, and I need to say this, if you've got any previous injuries, if you haven't exercised for a while, if you're not fit, please be careful with what I'm about to show you if you're going to have a go at it. You know, take it slowly, don't do yourself an injury, and obviously, you know, if you're going to copy this, you can do it at your own risk. I can't be held liable. So basically you want to start by just sort of loosening up your shoulders. So you're going to just raise your shoulders up to your ears. Yes, you look like an idiot, but it doesn't matter. What you're doing is you're just trying to tense up your shoulders and then relax them. And we're going to do that a couple of times. Up to your ears and relax. And in fact, let's do it 3 times. Up to your ears and relax. So you should feel some heaviness in your shoulders, which is your shoulders starting to loosen up. And now we're just going to roll our shoulders backwards. So you're rolling them backwards, nice and slowly. Okay. And again, this is just loosening them up, stretching them out. You can do them one at a time if you want. Okay, stretching those arms, those shoulders out. Good. Okay, nice and loose. You can do the opposite way, so you can move it forward. But the better exercise is to roll them backwards, because if we've been hunched over, we want to stretch our shoulders backwards. All right. Nice, easy stretching exercise. Arms up, stretch. Okay. Really stretch your body out. You'll probably feel this in your lower back. And then relax and back down again. So, we've done that. So we're going to start to loosen up the neck a little bit. So arm out nice and straight next to you. You're going to take the side of your head really gently with this one. Really gently stretch your head down. Really gently stretching that arm out, and you're going to feel it along here. Really gently. Don't use any force when you're moving your head. This one in particular you've got to be really careful of. Nice and gently. Okay, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So arm nicely out, stretch your head down, just gently, and you can feel that stretch, and back up. Okay, and you're just going to let your head hang forward, and you're going to let your head hang back a little bit. Okay, and back up. So what we're doing is we're stretching, we're loosening up the muscle, we're warming that muscle up a little bit as well. Okay, we're warming that muscle up. Well, we stretched it, so we need to warm it up a little bit more before I start exercising. So this is a nice easy one. It's similar to the shoulder roll. You can do an elbow roll. So same thing, shoulders rolling back, elbow roll. And then from there you can do both arms coming up. So both arms rolling over, okay? You can do both arms rolling forwards, but like I said, rolling backwards is better because we're trying to stretch those shoulders out. And then, when you get good at this, you can even do one arm one way, one arm the other way. All right? But shoulders coming up, do this nice and gently, especially if you've got any issues with your shoulders. You don't want to cause problems, you don't want to lock them, so just nice and gently round. So you see how my hand is changing, so I'm coming up to here. Now if I keep going back with my palm of my hand facing inwards, I can get to about there. So I've got to turn the palm of my hand round, and then I can get round. If you're a swimmer, you'll understand that this is the same thing as backstroke. So you're coming up, hand turning round, and then I can get my arm all the way round. Same on the other side, hand turning all the way round. Little tip there. all the way around. Okay, so once you've done these arm movements, you should be starting to warm up these shoulder muscles a bit now. Right, so now we're going to move on to, I'm going to move on to a few little exercises. So press ups are great. It's difficult for me to demonstrate here. If you know how to do a press up, great. If you don't, I'm sure you can find out, but press ups are really easy, and you know, most people know how to do press ups. Feet together on the floor, arms in front of you, and then you're just going to lower your body, keeping your body nice and straight. You shouldn't be raising your hips up, you shouldn't be bent up, you should be keeping your body as straight as possible, and then you're just lowering your body in and up. All right, but here's something that not everybody knows. Okay, you can do a set of press ups with your arms like this, and then what you're going to do is you're going to move your hands so that they're facing outwards, and you're going to do a set of press ups. So my arms would be slightly wider apart, probably that sort of width apart, so I'm coming in. So you're doing in and up, okay? And then I'm going to do exactly the same thing again. I'm going to change my hands so that they're facing not all the way in like that, but diagonally inwards like this. And then I'm going to do my press ups coming in like that. All right, those three positions, there, 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 have a play with them. You're working different sets of exercise, different sets of muscles. Sorry, you are working different sets of muscles. So some of them will work triceps, some of them will work biceps, some of them will be sort of chest, but all of them and most of them will work different areas in your back, shoulders. You know, so it's worth doing a set like that, set like that, set like that. Okay. They will work different sets of exercises, and you're going to find different positions. Some of those positions are easier than others as well, depending on where your muscles are developed already. But all of those exercises, all of those push-ups are helping your shoulder muscles. Okay, you're working these muscles at the back at your shoulders. So we can also do, there's a stretching exercise we can do with our arm gently. So this is a warm down exercise really. Stretching that muscle out nicely there. Okay, so press ups, easy. Okay, this is another good one, which is an arm lift. I've got to see if I can find some way of showing you this. Hang on, this is all done on the hoof. So all I've got here, I've got a stool. That's all I've got. You can use anything. You can use a chair, you can use a bed, as long as it's strong and it's stable. Let's see if I move the camera, whether you can see what I'm doing here. I don't know. I'll move that back. So I'm just going to grip the side of the stool. I'm going to sit on it. Okay. I'm going to shuffle myself forward so that my backside is on the edge of the stool, and then I'm going to go all the way so that I'm hanging over the edge and I'm supporting my weight with my arms. I'm going to keep my legs straight as I can. All right, and I'm going to lower myself down. Okay, and up, down, and up, down, and up. Okay, so I can do that. So I don't know whether there's any way of seeing what I'm doing. My hand is sort of in this position on the stool. Okay, so I'm gripping the edge of the stool. I'm gripping the edge of the stool, and then I'm hanging off the edge of the stool, and I'm lowering my whole body weight and lifting up. This is working triceps, but it's also working the muscles on your back as well and your shoulders. So that's another excellent one. So we've got press ups, we've got shoulder dips, if you like. That's quite good. Leg lifts. Is there a way to do this? Let's see what we can do. I don't know whether you can see what I'm doing here. I'm lying down flat on the ground, okay? And then I'm lifting my head up. I'm going to look directly up. And then, if you can see my legs, okay? My legs go out straight. Now, I want to keep my back my back needs to be flat against the floor. All right. Head raised up, back flat against the floor, and I'm going to do leg lifts. So got to keep my lower back flat against the floor, otherwise these won't work. Okay, there's no point lifting your legs all the way over. You're not achieving anything at that point. You're just going to tire yourself out, and you're not actually getting anything from it. So you want your legs out straight in front of you, and you're just going to lift them to about there and down. Don't let your feet touch the floor. Keep them above the floor for each leg lift. If you're doing it properly, you're really going to feel it in your lower stomach muscles here. The second ones are exactly the same position, head up, looking at the ceiling. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll these ones. So I'm going to rock back, lower back flat against the floor, and I'm just rocking forwards and backwards. Okay. Yes, you look like a complete idiot, but they do work, and if you're doing them properly, you really are going to feel them in your lower abdomen, and those kind of exercises are really going to tone you up there as well. And these are good for your lower back. This is working your lower back and your stomach muscles. So leg lifts. Okay, leg lifts are easy and good to do. Start off slowly. Don't try doing too much. You know, just do 2 or 3 sets, see what you can do, and then over time you can build it up and you can get better with these kind of things. So I've shown you leg lifts. I've shown you those kind of shoulder dips. I've shown you press ups, and I've shown you some warm up exercises. After you've done your exercises, you want to warm down. So I've shown you some stretching already. So to warm down, you're going to do similar kind of exercises. You're going to roll your shoulders backwards nicely to warm down. Okay. Okay. Maybe some elbow rolls just to warm down. And then look, arm across my body, across my chest, arm up, and I'm just tucking my arm in around my elbow, and I'm pulling in tightly. So that's creating a stretch, and I can feel that across my back. So the stretch is across here. I'm stretching. And I'm going to do the same with the other arm, stretching. So just stretching in nicely. Feel that stretch. Come back. Okay. Okay, you can do these kind of rotations, but be careful. Again, if you're not used to doing exercise. Okay, and then the one that I showed you earlier, so this one, so arm up, and I'm just gently pushing it down. Again, I'm not using any force because I don't want to injure myself. And same with the other arm, pushing it down and up. All right. Okay. So some basic shoulder exercises for those times when you're hunched over, when you've been Skyping a lot, when you've been working a lot. Some basic stretches. You've got to make sure that you warm up and you warm down. And again, I'm going to say it again, please, if you have injuries or you haven't exercised for a while, take it slowly, be careful, and do it at your own risk. So that's number 1 that I covered before, which was exercise. I am going to have a look at number 2, which is meditation. We'll have fun with that one. I've had a few people ask me about some other things that I didn't mention in the first video that I might be able to do that could be fun. So somebody mentioned balloons, and they're not the first person. I've had quite a few people at work who've said, why don't you show us how to make balloons? Why don't you do some balloon stuff? So I think in another video that's going to come, I might show you some very basic balloon modelling. Okay, so that one should be good. So stay tuned, and look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon.